right, we are in a draft league queue, a single elimination one. Maybe we should have been in a Swiss one, but
we have faith.
Yeah, we have faith. These teams they take a lot longer to get to 8 players.
It's because they're scared of us.
As you can tell, we didn't start recording until there were 7 of 8 players, and we've been in this queue for 6 minutes. Collectively, I feel like we've drafted Aether Revolt, Kaladesh maybe a dozen times. I've been mostly playing Constructed this last month, as well as I know Lucas has been playing, even though he did just take down a sealed PPTQ last weekend.
PPTQ champion.
Oh, yeah.
Lucas Michaels.
Yeah.
I used a blue and red draft strategy thanks to a third pack Smuggler's Copter to take that one down. Pretty fortunate.
I spent the entire day drafting Modern Masters instead in Durham, which was actually pretty fun. I got to draft 4 times. Hopefully, once Modern Masters goes live on Magic Online, I'll have a few videos for that. Other than that, though, I am looking forward to the release of Amonkhet. I'm a little tired of the artifact block.
And we're off.
There's a SRAM's Expertise as our rare. Seems like a pretty good card. There's also a Renegade map, Caught in the Brights.
Chandra Revolution, Reverse Engineer, the stuff that's standing out.
Oh yeah, there's a Reverse Engineer. Even though white allegedly is the weakest color. Oh wow, they also have the Flying Vehicle creature there, not Admiral. There's a lot of white cards in this bag. My gut says to take this SRAM's Expertise, even though, but otherwise, I wouldn't blame you for taking Reverse Engineer, or maybe even Renegade map.
I don't think I'm taking Renegade map. I know it's very good, but I think I'm between Chandra's Revolution, Reverse, and the Expertise.
This might be a situation where I'd like to take the Reverse Engineer and just try to push the person to our left into white. See how that goes.
I think that's what we're going to do. I think Reverse Engineer is just a stronger card than Chandra's Expertise, but time will tell.
There's a Winding Constrictor in this pack.
I see Winding Constrictor, I see Shock, I see Iron Tread Crusher, Lifecraft Cavalry, Adopter Arrest.
If we want to continue on our non-white plan here, I think we should just take this Winding Constrictor and see what happens. It's clearly the most powerful card in the pack to me, even though it doesn't help with our very first pick. But that's kind of the way you draft. You need to stay open early on and try and take the best cards and see what goes from there. What do you think, Lucas?
I'm thinking Thopterus is second best card, and we did kind of make an anti-white first pick. Winding Constrictor does so good along the philosophy of some people hate taking double color cards, and obviously they have their huge restrictions, but if you're willing to sort of give it up if it doesn't come to you, then we can go that way. So I think it's between Winding Constrictor, Shock, and Thopter Arrest here. And I think we're just going to take the Winding Constrictor and see what the next pack brings us.
There was a Barricade Breaker in that last pack. I just noticed that.
Here I am looking at Spire Patrol, which would have helped if we took the white cards that needed the first 2. Leave in the Dust, Lifecraft Cavalry.
Yeah, we're not necessarily seeing the...
Enraged Giant sort of keeps us
cards.
blue-red. Puts us towards blue-red, needing both having improvised. Lifecraft Cavalry lets us play our snake.
Yeah.
Or pushes us.
They're both kind of big drop. I do like the Giant and the Cavalry, but they're both pretty large drops. I think I don't know.
I think we're going with Cavalry. I like it here. We didn't really put ourselves in a position to go blue-white. We see another Cavalry here. We see a Felidar Guardian.
There's an airdrop aeronauts. Maybe we're getting punished for not taking the white cards right now.
Certainly feels that way.
We would have gone with Strands Execution, Thopter's Arrest. I forget what was in the last pack. Now aeronauts.
I like the Crusher here.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, looking at the rest of this pack, it's still more white cards, and then basically Lightcraft Cavalry and Defiant Salvager. I'm not really a huge fan of Salvager, but it can do things.
That card's very filler to me. I've seen people play multiples, and if I do that, I would not be a happy camper.
Very much a C to me on the A through F scale.
I think Crusher definitely gets played, and right now I'm not sure what's getting played in our deck. I like Involvement of Malice and Aether Herder here.
Kind of depends on like which approach you want to take, I guess. We do have a good blue card. There's Bastion Inventor there as well, the improvised hexproof guy.
It's like,
I'm not sure I agree with that, but
what are you looking for? What are you looking at?
probably Aether Herder or maybe even the Bastion. I might try to take the blue card, but too
So I'm sticking with him here. I really like the implement. I think it does more than it looks like it does.
Yeah, we just gotta figure out what we want to improvise with it or try to do with it.
It revolts easy, it improvises easy. Here, I have not played with this mythic rare. It feels very greedy, but it feels like if it lives, we're winning the game.
Yes.
Do you want to go for the mythic or take the Aether Herder here?
I would rather take the mythic personally. I just see what happens since I haven't played with it before. I believe wasn't there a copy creature enchantment back in Ravnica block? It kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, the 5 mana one.
Yeah.
Yes, and that card was good. Like it was high risk, high reward, but the reward was there.
Yeah.
Here I think we take out Unbridled Growth here.
I mean, it seems like it's that or between the automatons.
I definitely think this is better than the automatons. Works very well with Life Economy. Works very well with a non-optimal mana base. Here I'm pretty surprised Destructive Tampering is still in this pack. I think that card is very good. Even better in sealed deck than it is in draft, but it's still very good. Having a fault in your deck without the cost of having a fault in your deck is what I want to be doing in limited. Android Crusher is a pretty good card.
Yeah, it's decent.
I think that's where we're going.
It's about my fill of vehicles, but yeah. I think we either take the Aetherseer or the Moray here. I don't think Aetherseer is that great of a card, but it is a slightly early drop, and sometimes it does things. The Moray is kind of a similar situation. It's a pretty good blocker. But
Aetherseer and Iron-Shard Crusher is kind of a combo, and I think it's enough of a combo. The combo being if our opponent leaves up one guy and we have Iron-Shard Crusher, we can play Seer, get enough energy from the Seer, and use it to create the Crusher and eat the creature that we force him to block with.
Right. I'll take the blue implement.
I do want to take the blue implement here. We have nothing on 3. The other cards are not very exciting. Here I'm going to take the 3-drop. Not very excited about 9 Market Lookout, but and limited, being able to catch creatures when you need to is one of the things that I've been banking on for 10 years.
Yeah.
Resourceful Return, I like, doesn't make every deck, but if you're in a situation where you have time to try to outgrind your opponent, this card certainly helps. Bastion Inventor, still not the cleanest home for it yet, but definitely better card than 11 pick or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Okay, so pack 1 doesn't look like the most exciting pack I've ever seen. Kind of lost between 3 colors. I guess we can go blue-green, but there's a Lightning Constrictor and a Rishkar, which...
Ooh, Rishkar. That's another... Oh, my goodness.
So we're looking at this pack. I see Thopterus, I see Lightning Constrictor, I see Rishkar. I think it's definitely between the Lightning Constrictor and the Rishkar.
I think we take the Rishkar, personally.
I definitely agree.
I played that with it, put that card in my last draft, and clearly just the extra mana advantage and +1/+1 counters is very good.
Oh. A little fast there, but I completely agree.
It's a green implement in this pack.
Green implement, pretty good card. By
It's the
far
shield
the
Aether
best
Thief.
card in the pack is a Quicksmith Rebel.
Oh, I completely missed that. Oh, yeah.
So in terms of colors right now, we have, in terms of flexibility on colors, we have an Unbridled Growth, which is not the most, but Christmas Rebel is leagues better than every other card in this pack, and we need to make a decision if we want to
I am
reach
down
off
with taking the Quicksmith Rebel. I think after that, I'd probably take the Shielded Aether Thief. Probably followed by the Implement of Ferocity.
I would probably go Christmas Rebel, implement Crow Finality. I'm not.
You don't like card advantage, Lucas?
We have Reverse Engineer and Mechanized Production. Reverse Engineer being a 3-for-1, Mechanized Production being either a 7-for-1 or a 1-for-2.
No, I love drawing cards. Monstrous Onslaught. Can we read that card again? That's the one that deals a ton of damage, right? And you don't have to. This creature does not have to survive.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Monstrous Onslaught is definitely the most powerful card in our pick. Almost in the pack, almost certainly our pick.
Yeah. It would be nice.
I really want to Druid of the Cow.
Yeah.
But I think Monstrous Onslaught is the best card. So far, I'm not certain we're going to be in blue. I do think we're taking this Whining Constrictor.
There's also Prey Upon.
The nut draws allowed to us by double Whining Constrictor and a Rishkar are not insignificant.
Yeah.
How much other stuff we have for Whining Constrictor is not a lot. We do want a green implement if we can pick it up still this pack.
Yeah, let's definitely take the Constrictor and maybe look at not playing these blue cards.
I swear here by cost.
There's a Daring Demolition right there. Wow.
Life Crafter's Gift in a double Whining Constrictor's deck is not something to mess around with.
That's also true.
So this is one of those things where Daring Demolition is definitely the better card. It is an extremely solid removal spell in a deck without very much removal. But 2 Whining Constrictors gives us a lot of thought on that Life Crafter's Gift. Which
yeah. It's an instant too. I think we should go for it. I think the synergy's there. And we just need to focus on getting more green implements as well.
Okay, we're doing it. This is definitely a synergy over power pick. Definitely think it's a Druid of the Cow here.
Oh, there's the monocolored Thraktos.
Yes. As some people call it.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
I call it my 22nd and a half card. 23rd and a half card. Definitely taking Druid of the Cow here. We have a lot of 4-drops. Definitely good card. Good for ramping us into those. Don't remember seeing one, but we definitely want a Renegade map if we can get it. Allows us to get in on that Quicksmith Rebel, Power Up Life Grove Cavalry.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're not going to see a map at this point, but
that's the hope. That's the hope and the dream.
Yeah. Another Druid of the Cow, Aether Stream Leopard, Price Fighter, Tezzeret's Touch. Yeah, and the leopard's good. I like the cat druid though too. I mean,
You go ahead and pull the blue cards out so we can
yeah,
have a little bit more of a view on our curve. It's definitely between the leopard and the druid. I am not certain it's a leopard. I do see 3, 4 drops and 1.5, 3 drops, but maybe we just take the druid.
I think we take the druid as well. Leopard's decent, but feels like more of a filler card.
Speaking of filler cards, this pack offers 2 reasonable filler cards.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Mobile Garrison personally.
Yeah, and 2 vehicles.
I'm a little surprised to see a Sweatworks Brawler still in this pack.
Agreed.
But
I think we're
at the same time, this is maybe it's just the 8th pick here.
I think this is a slightly better 3-drop than my market card.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just checking.
Yeah.
See how much energy we can get with this and our 2 Whining Constrictors?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's much more playable when you have a Whining Constrictor in play.
Yeah.
If only 4th Bridge Prowler gave -1/-1 counters.
Yeah. We just take the other automaton, right? We're not really playing the other cards.
I might. Yeah, I guess. I don't think we're ever gonna play it. You could take the Solvent because of that Barricade Breaker. See what happens. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Solvent at that point.
Okay, going to pack 3. Deck's looking medium, looking for some reasonable 3
Smuggler's
drops. And we open a Smuggler's Copter. Oh, my specialty, evidently.
I actually opened one in my last draft as well.
Other cards for us: a Tidy Conclusions, a Servant of the Conduit.
Subtle Strike. Not that I would take that over the other cards at this point. It's one of my favorite combat tricks.
Highest Power Artisan is here to remind me that don't need to worry that much about our Whining Constrictors, as there is Fabricate in this set, in this pack. So hopefully pick up 3 or so Fabricate cards, and those Whining Constrictors go from like the missed potential that they sort of currently are to the best cards in our deck, which they certainly have a possibility of being. I mean, until we draft this Smuggler's Copter. I guess on the wheel, my hope is a Subtle Strike or a Highest Power Artisan. Subtle Strike also much better with 2 Whining Constrictors in your deck.
Right. I'd go for. I don't think an Aether Hub would last that long, but I would like to get the Aether Hub back.
That would help us out with that Rebel.
Foil cards, Pima Outrider, Wily Bandar, Seed Sculptor. Seems like a clear Outrider, I think.
Yep. Outrider with double Druid is a great turn 3 play. Outrider after we played a Whining Constrictor is another great play.
Outrider, 2 Druids, we can play a turn 3.
Very solid green come in. Curve's not looking great. We're allowed to have a little more force than we would like with 2 Druids, but not that much. There's another one, but there's also a Rhino.
That seems clear winner with our Constrictors right there too.
Yep. And at this point, the more good 3 drops we can get to take out these fillers, the better. Here I see a Blossoming Defense, a Seed Sculptor, and a 6-drop.
I think we want the Seed Sculptor. I like just having more. We have a ton of 2 drops here, but
yeah. So I mean, we don't need to be playing all of them. Like the Source of Return definitely doesn't need to be played. Don't need to play the Implement. Don't need to play the Automatons.
Yeah.
But still, we have a lot.
I really do like Blossoming Defense a lot, but I I think I'd rather just continue all the synergies at this point and go for the Seed Sculptor. What do you think, Lucas?
I think so. We have a couple packs to get rewarded with one of the other counter uncommons in this set. Defense is good, but we're just gonna make sure our creature count is where we want it to be.
A Dion, a Wild Wanderer if we're trying to get the mana for the Quicksmith Rebel. Yeah. It's about the only cards I would want to take out of this pack.
Would you ever consider the Garaport guide here?
No. Well, I mean, it's more of a filler card to me.
Yeah, I think it's slightly better filler than our night market cards, but
Right. I think the Dion might be worthwhile.
Yeah.
Or the Wild. It depends on whether do we want to consider playing the Quicksmith Rebel still or not.
is this enough to play the Quicksmith Rebel if we take it?
If we get Unbridled Growth, if we get one more card, I mean, I think we could play one Mountain and go for it. Even though I don't like kind of depending on Unbridled Growth to cast stuff like that. You don't need to cash in for the card until much later.
So we went ahead and took the removal spell there.
Pillar Bug.
Peg is not great.
Make obsolete. Eager Construct. We have 17 creatures. I'm actually kind of keen on maybe taking the Make Obsolete, but I don't know. I haven't played with it much in the new format. I only played with it in the prior draft format, and I liked it there. It's a very interesting trick.
Yeah, they are not often ready for that one.
Pillar Bug's something as a good card to put counters on too as well.
I think we're gonna go ahead and take the Pillar Bug.
Yeah. Subtle Strike.
So we have a Subtle Strike here, and we have an Aetherborn.
Yeah.
So Aetherborn with a 1 snake is a 6/5 for 5, so pretty good, but it's not insane. I do think we're gonna go ahead and take the Subtle Strike here.
Yeah.
I think though our top end of the curve isn't all there. Like the stuff near at 4 is pretty big, plus sort of synergy to make it bigger. That having something with some flexibility is what we want to be doing.
It's another Seed Sculptor.
I
I think we can take the Resourceful Return out already. There's plenty of cards we can take out. Maybe the Implement. Yellow Thrybex in the corner. Interesting card, clearly not for our deck, but
think we're taking this Seed Sculptor here.
another Subtle Strike. Or a High Spire ours. I much prefer the Subtle Strike personally. But
I think Subtle Strike. I think with even one Winding Constrictor on the board, Subtle Strike is quite good.
yes.
It being a draft league, no reason to counter draft.
Bandar can get real wily with some counters.
No, he cannot.
Ooh. Our favorite card, Mind Rot.
Myra and I go way, way back, and I think the same is true with Sawyer.
Yeah.
We've been taking rares with commons since 1999.
I watched an Invasion Planeshift Apocalypse draft video with LSV the other day. And I saw him get, what is it, the something Cloud. It's like 6 with Kicker. It makes you discard 3 cards. I really missed that card. I really, really missed that card. His hand was straight gas too. Just put him in the bin.
LSV's hand got binned? Or did
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Okay, so this is our deck. And we're building. I don't think this Quicksmith Rebel is going to make the deck. I don't think that
I agree.
the Wild Wanderer was worth it to take, and we have a single thing that cares about stuff dying. So is that enough to get rid of our Unbattled Growth?
Yeah. I don't think we want the Verdant Automatons. I mean, it seems good, but
The Seed Sculptor is just better. We're not really improvising.
I haven't played with Barricade Breaker. I assume it's mediocre. It's going to be kind of difficult for us to. I guess the earliest realistic turn we cast would be turn 5.
I don't know how great
Actually,
it is on turn 5.
we can't play it before turn 5.
Yeah.
Unless we went double. Drew the Callan's a double artifact on turn 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, Drew Nicala into Implement Smuggler's
Yeah.
Copter. Okay. Yeah, I know where.
I think we could run this with 16 lands. We do have 2 druids
Creature count.
and a Rishkar.
So creature count 15. I'm still not sure how to sort of do my mental counting of vehicles when I'm counting creatures, because they're not real spells, because like they do eat up your opponent's removal spells in battle, but
Yeah.
when you get vehicle stranded, that is not the case you want to be in. Wish our deck had some better removal. We did take the Lightcrafter's Gift pretty heavily on the sort of basis that if we have a Whining Constrictor and a Lightcrafter's Gift, they're going to die,
Yes.
which is even better than killing a creature. Things to think about. We have an Implement in the deck when we could be playing a Mind Rod if we have preference for that. Like how our 2-drops were 4 different 2-ofs, and now it remains at 3 different 2-ofs.
Actually, I wouldn't mind playing the Mind Rod over the Implement. I think that's a fair play to make here.
Trying to see if there's any secret synergies.
Well, if we figure them out, they're no longer secret.
Well played. So I think that's what we're doing, and we're going to add some lands. It wants 10-6. Whatever it does this time,
I'm going to say...
I'm
It's
tempted
going to
to-
be a split 9-7.
that is generally my go-to as I bring it back. Definitely looks like we don't have enough black here to need it to be parity with like these double green cards and the need for green on 2. So this is what we got, and we'll see you in round 1.